Yeah, we are unclear about that. We have another update coming from the fire chief at about 6:20, so we've repositioned ourselves to be ready for that. But certainly this is a difficult situation for fire crews to battle because of what we've just been discussing for the last 2 or 3 minutes. The weather is bad out here. It's quickly deteriorating. We had to come up the hill. It was difficult for us to get traction, certainly hard for fire crews as they continue to walk around the scene and deal with the fire. So they're battling on two fronts: the weather as well as the fire. Now, we can also tell you that when they got here, they just smelled smoke. That's why they were called out and had to actually locate the fire. They used some thermal imaging cameras to find it and also some inspection holes. And at that point, the fire was ripping through the attic. Viewer video of the Oakwood Hills Country Club burning intensely Thursday morning.
Christine and I had the war room inside of my Escalade, and we shed some tears. I mean, it's that emotional, but it comes with the strength of how strong our membership is, and it's a family here, and we will get through this stronger than ever.
The historic 105,000 square foot building, the Bloomfield Township Fire Chief says, is the second largest wood frame building in Michigan. The edifice is historic. What was inside, no less historic.
They're in the process now of auditing everything that we've taken out of the building. We were able to get, I think, a few pieces of artwork that were really important to us, original pieces that were, in the building, and most of the trophies were able to be taken out.
Well, we have
There's a
hosted
long history.
multiple U.S. Opens, multiple Ryder Cup, PGA championships. It's been a long history of a iconic place and a venue for major golf events, and we see that optimistically just continuing. So we feel good about that.
9:17 Thursday morning, the call came in. When fire crews got there, they had to search for the fire. Pretty soon, the flames were ripping through the attic. The chief asked at the press conference if at any point he felt the fire was beyond their control.
They hit that point about the time that they finally found it. It went through the roof on them, and they actually opened up some ceiling. They knew where it was above them in the attic, and at that point they did a quick tried hitting it, but then they have to get the resources in place in a large building. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get those resources in place to even start fighting the fire.
Ice and a continuing snowfall some might think could help quash the fire, but it actually only makes things harder.
No, the weather won't help us at all. In fact, it's going to make it worse. It's going to become very slippery out here for crews, and we're going to have to worry about crews getting injured and things like that on the scene as the conditions deteriorate.
The country club tells us they had just completed some renovations, but they don't think it could have impacted the fire at all.
We were doing exterior stonework, so we didn't have any interior renovations. There were very, very little activity inside the clubhouse.
And the club president also tells us that they've been in contact with USGA and there were plans to host 2 women's opens. And believe it or not, they actually feel pretty confident that they might still be able to do that. They've also been in contact with club members at this point. So all of the people who have weddings and special events that are coming up here, they feel confident that they can accommodate those folks, even if it's not in the main building, perhaps in the outbuildings that they have here on the property. And as we've said before, as we said at 5 o'clock, certainly crews are going to be here for some time, probably through the night, maybe into tomorrow, continuing to battle this blaze and keep it contained. We're live in Bloomfield Township. I'm Hillary Golston, Fox 2 News.